Elbows up, Canada. Canada is fighting back. They're showing how you lead the resistance and opposition at an international scale against Donald Trump. They've showed the rest of the world how it's done. Take a look at this right here. How about them flights from Vancouver to Phoenix, or really anywhere from Canada into the United States? Where are all the passengers? Boycotting, going elbows up, going over the boards, throwing the gloves off. They ain't coming. They ain't coming. You know why? Because Donald Trump's threatening annexation. Donald Trump's not just engaged in trade war, but using language of real war. The Putin denazification language, where Putin used that as a pretext for his unlawful invasion of Ukraine. You know what Donald Trump's saying about Canada? Oh, they're smuggling the fentanyl to kill the Americans. Total lies, total defamation against Canada, and Canada's standing up. By the way, sit back and relax, Canadians. Enjoy your Chapman's only ice cream, some Chapman's only, Canada's finest right here, ice cream bars. Take a look right there. Got some other Canadian snacks right here. Buying Canadian. Take a look at the headline from the Financial Times. U.S. vacation hotspots brace for slump as angry Canadians cancel trips. Trump's threats of annexation and tariffs hit the country's largest international tourist market. I think we're past the part of bracing. I think we're now at the part of the film where the pain is being felt because of Donald Trump's deranged regime. You know, and when I read these Financial Times articles, these are the same people who were saying, oh, we still expect that under Donald Trump, there's going to be financial growth. There may be a little bit slumpy. You know, all of these people's financial predictions are always like so inaccurate and incorrect here. But, you know, you take a look right here and there's like, who's this person right here who's quoted, this guy from the travel industry was like, well, we expect there to be about Adam Sachs. We expect there to be, you know, maybe a $9 billion drop, a 20% decline in travel from Canada. It ain't going to be a 20% decline in travel from Canada, okay? It's going to be a 75 to 80% decline in travel, at least. Right now, the Canadian boycott is going so strong. I think you want to take these numbers and probably 10 to 15x them in terms of the loss that's going to be felt by the American tourism industry, whether it's, you know, Vegas is getting crushed right now. Florida getting crushed right now. We've heard from people, places like Maine and others, business down 85 to 90%. This article from Axios, Canadian snowbirds are selling their U.S. homes right here, and Canadians are saying, we ain't going there. You know, in addition to the fact that Donald Trump is threatening war, it's a good reason not to come here. If you show up here, there's measles outbreaks. Another person died of measles in the United States. So you get these new pandemics coming back that were treated with vaccines based on an anti-vax head of the health department here. Or you've got here in the Trump regime, they may send you to ICE detention centers or send you back or send you out to El Salvador concentration camps. You never know what's going to happen with the Trump regime. You have a tattoo, you know, maybe you have an autism awareness tattoo and they go, ooh, autism awareness tattoo, that equals 6 points. They like make up these weirdo formulas. 6 points. I guess that makes you Tren de Aragua. No due process. It's the most insane regime that we have here in the United States. By the way, take a look at the bread aisle right here. This person goes, I sell bread. Is this a little overkill with all of the baked in Canada? That ain't overkill right there. That's fantastic. Take a look at Canadians sharing this as well. Not an American strawberry in sight. Mexican and Canadian only. I want to share with you this. Prime Minister Mark Carney gave an incredible speech in Oakville, Ontario. Here he was speaking and outlining skilled trades workforce right here. Great speech, but Here are the portions where he talks about the United States. He's lays out here the retaliation against the U.S. He makes it clear, since they're in this transition kind of state with the pass off from Trudeau to Carney, what the powers and authorities are. But Prime Minister Carney saying, no, we're retaliating and they're going to feel pain. Watch this.
Counter tariffs and other counter tariff measures. We are putting it in place. So the cost to American-based manufacturers has changed dramatically with the tariffs that we have put in place. We do that with regret, in the sense of we're responding to unjustified, illegal, and misguided tariffs in the United States. Vehicle production in the United States, vehicle purchases in the United States, economic activity in the United States, jobs in the auto sector in the United States, all of those are going to go down. They are going to go down. The U.S. is harming themselves with these tariffs. Okay? It takes some time for that to filter through, just like it took some time for the impacts of Brexit to filter through to the UK economy. But I have seen this movie before. I know exactly what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen to them. The Americans are going to get weaker. We are going to stand by our workers. We are standing by our companies. We are building new trade relationships. We are going to stay strong and get stronger.
Here, Prime Minister Carney, in giving the speech, by the way, the snap elections, you all know, is April 28th. And for our other international viewers, the system in Canada is you vote for the party. It's the Liberal Party and the Conservative Party are the big parties there. You also have the New Democratic Party, Green Party, other parties in Canada, as well. But the two biggest parties right now, Liberal Party, Conservative Party, many expect Liberal Party is going to win, based on Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative Party going full like Maple MAGA before all of this, before Trump gave the ultimate FU to Canada and threatened war. Poilievre was following the Trump playbook. He sent Danielle Smith from Alberta to Florida, even recently, to work, to try to interfere with the elections. The whole thing's horrific. Anyway, here's Prime Minister Carney right here talking about how, look, this isn't going to be easy for Canada, but America will feel more pain. Here, watch this.
That there are future job cuts, higher inflation, and likely an American recession ahead. So we're going to protect our workers. We're going to fight back. We're going to build. We're going to get stronger. They're going to get weaker. We're going to get a deal in the end. En ce qui concerne, c'est une question plus générale que ça. Mais la réponse, la stratégie du gouvernement que nous mettons en œuvre, c'est de se battre contre les tarifs avec les contre-tarifs canadiens, y compris pour le secteur automobile. Et ce n'est plus le cas que les véhicules américains pourraient être vendus au Canada sans tarif. Ça déjà change. OK? Première chose. Deuxièmement, de protéger les travailleurs canadiens et les entreprises canadiennes, y compris GM au Canada, avec le financement favorable et d'autres initiatives. Il y en a plusieurs. En somme, c'est à peu près 20 milliards de dollars. Point final. On bat une nouvelle industrie canadienne avec une fond de réponse stratégique. Okay?
Mr. Carney, last week, or actually earlier this week, as Prime Minister, you spoke about putting in place a framework in which you can help or convince auto manufacturers to stay in Canada, to fend off, to protect them from Canadian tariffs. I am wondering about this framework. When is it going to be in place? This is a fast-moving process.
Yep.
As I mentioned, this plant could be closed in weeks before the election. What can you do now in terms of adding pressure? Are you going to put in any punitive penalties?
Thank you for the question. So, as you know, Judy, during an election period, what a government can do is more limited, a so-called caretaker period, which does exist now. What we did as a government in anticipation of this, to the maximum extent that we could in advance of the election, is have authorization to put in place tariffs, counter-tariffs and other counter-tariff measures. We are putting it in place. So the cost to American-based manufacturers has changed dramatically with the tariffs that we have put in place. We do that with regret in the sense of we're responding to unjustified, illegal, and misguided tariffs in the United States. Vehicle production in the United States, vehicle purchases in the United States, economic activity in the United States, jobs in the auto sector in the United States, all of those are going to go down. They are going to go down. The U.S. is harming themselves with these tariffs. Okay? It takes some time for that to filter through, just like it took some time for the impacts of Brexit to filter through to the UK economy. But I have seen this movie before. I know exactly what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen to them. The Americans are going to get weaker. We are going to stand by our workers. We are standing by our companies. We are building new trade relationships. We are going to stay strong and get stronger.
When your car breaks down, you take it to a mechanic with no hesitation. You need it, and it's not something that most guys can fix themselves. And men should think the exact same way about ED. But the reality is you might be hesitant to seek help. Thankfully, through HIMSS, you can get access to personalized ED treatments without stepping outside your door. HIMSS is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. HIMSS provides access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments like chewable hard mints and Viagra and Cialis and their generics for up to 95% cheaper. The process is 100% online, so there's no need for uncomfortable doctor's visits. Just answer a series of questions on their site and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you for free. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, HIMSS can help you find the ED option that works for you. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/Meidas. That's HIMS.com/Meidas for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/Meidas. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products, which are not covered by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Another powerful part of Carney's speech, let me show you this.
Not only by believing in ourselves, but by investing in each other, in our skills, in our talent, in our people. And together, we, Canadians, will build Canada strong. Thank you very much. Merci. I'd be happy to answer your questions.
And this is from Carney's speech as well. Let's play it.
We are facing the biggest crisis of our lifetimes. And as we saw, unfortunately, once again, I'm going to say last week, but I think it was just earlier this week. It's just earlier this week. It's the same week. President Trump is trying to fundamentally restructure the U.S. economy, and in the process, he's reshaping, disrupting, really, the international trading system that we've known all our lives and rupturing the global economy.
Now let me share with you this as well recently from Canadian Foreign Minister from the Liberal Party. Here's her forceful statement responding to the Trump tariffs. Play this clip.
In Canada, what we've said is we take stock of what the U.S. has done, and at the same time, we know that the relationship will never be the same again. And that's my message to Europeans. The relationship with the U.S. will never be the same. They want to do things differently. We're the biggest client of the U.S. by far. We buy more from the U.S. than the UK, France, China, and Japan combined. So for anybody that has been in business before, when you treat your client, your best client, the way we've been treated, well, of course, it means that you want fundamentally to change the way you're operating. What we've said is we understand that President Trump is taking decisions for his own administration and his own people, but he also respects strength. And we've made sure that there were counter tariffs on American products back in Canada. We are now at $60 billion worth of counter tariffs. We announced new counter tariffs on auto yesterday because we think that it is ultimately the best way to get to a good deal eventually. We're putting maximum pressure on the Trump administration, and at the same time, we are finding off-ramps. And the only people on earth that will be able to really have President Trump change course are the Americans themselves. And the Americans now understand that tariffs are a tax on them.
For no reason other than Donald Trump hates this photo, I'm sharing with you the portrait that was hanging in Colorado of Donald Trump. This is Kinzinger, former Republican Congress member, Adam Kinzinger, courageous Adam Kinzinger, standing up to Donald Trump, posting that. And while Donald Trump is imposing these tariffs, crashing the world markets right now, this was him returning to D.C. Last night on Sunday night, and here he was bragging about how great he was at golf over the weekend. So as the markets are tanking and crashing, Trump saying he's great at golf. Here, play this clip.
Mr. President, good. Are any questions?
How was the golf tournament?
Very good, because I won. It's good to win. You heard I won, right? Did you hear I won? Just to back it up, over there, I won.
What's your handicap
I like
these
to win
days?
very low. I have a very low handicap. Okay, let's go.
Sir, the Chinese foreign
Back up a little
Sure.
bit.
The Chinese foreign ministry said that the market has spoken.
There you have it, folks. Deranged, demented, dangerous. Canada, we stand strong with you here at the MeidasTouch Network. By the way, we have 100% Canadian made maple Midas gear, 100% Canadian made, Canadian manufacturing. If you go to store.MeidasTouch.com, store.MeidasTouch.com, 100% made in Canada, store.MeidasTouch.com. Check that out as well to all of our Canadian viewers and listeners. Thanks for watching and have a good one.
Can't get enough Midas? Check out the Midas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.